Hey guys, what's going on? It's Slacker here, coming to you with episode 18 of our Kansas Jayhawk rebuild. If you just watched the last episode, we ended up winning our bowl game, so we finished the season with 2 losses, starting a brand new season this episode. This will be season 2. I'm super excited. I'm going to keep it going, try to see how far we can get, with the Kansas Jayhawks. I think this year we're honestly going to be a little worse than we were last year. We lost a few big seniors. We got a few back, so we're happy about that. We got like Ben Haney back. We got Pearson back. Like, we got some of our main people back. However, I think last year we kind of had just the right fit. And hopefully no injuries happen. No really freshmen right now are starting, so we kind of lost, some offensive linemen, some defensive linemen. We lost some corners. So a lot of the players are kind of the same as last year, except not as good. So kind of wanted to go over that stuff. I kind of wanted to show you what we're doing as far as what we're going to be recruiting next year, who we're going to redshirt, our depth chart, and our schedule. So we're going to start off by looking at some of these prospects. Last year we were able to sign, I think, the best class overall. This year I think it's going to be a little bit harder to do. There is a few 5-stars that want to come to KU. However, it's going to be difficult because it's going to be super difficult to try to tear these big recruits like Oliver away from Alabama, Georgia, OU. Like, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to bring top-end recruits here. We pretty much just have to kind of take our chances on athletes and hope they pan out. A few of the athletes we got last year have definitely panned out. So let's go over and look what we need in the overview. It looks like we need a defensive tackle. We need 2 of them, a middle linebacker, a corner, and a punter. So we need to fill those spots for sure before we continue. It would be nice if we could get other positions. I would love to kind of bring in some freshmen for my line. That way, we're better off. So we're going to go through our redshirt players. We have heaps in at quarterback. So Reggie Robinson, one of our great recruits we got, was an athlete last year. We're going to go ahead and redshirt him, so he'll probably be our quarterback next year. Jake Heaps in his senior year, he did pretty good last year. Cummings, a quick running quarterback as well. So if Heaps gets hurt, Cummings should be able to kind of take that burden and be fine. Going over our halfbacks, we did lose our best halfback last year. We're going to go ahead and we're going to redshirt Mitchell. We're going to keep Albert Mills. The reason why is he's a 95 speed, and we kind of really need a speedster to go along with Bourbon. He's more of a power back, so we're going to keep him. We're going to use Mills a lot, actually. Going over to wide receivers, McKay is going to be our number 1. Pearson there at number 2, senior. We got Chase down here at 78 with 93 speed. I think what we're going to do is keep Chase, not redshirt him, redshirt all of these wide receivers down here, and actually use Chase. I don't think he's going to make it to his senior year, so redshirting him here isn't really going to help. Plus, if we do have an injury with a wide receiver, we're really going to need someone to step up, and I think Chase could make a big impact at wide receiver. Robbins here at tight end, actually one of my favorite recruits. I love tight ends. I love throwing the tight ends, so we're going to redshirt him because we have senior tight ends. Left guard, freshman, we're going to redshirt him. Continuing to go through our line. As you can see here, our line really needs help. We have a few young players like Burton, sophomore 78. He is a transfer from Iowa State that we got a few episodes ago, or last episode, I don't remember, but we got him from Iowa State, so definitely going to help us this year. Going to start for us as a sophomore at a 78 overall. Right tackle, also 2 sophomores going a 74, so we're going to keep him there. Albert Pitts, left end freshman 66. We're going to redshirt him since we have a senior and a junior. Right in, we have a few sophomores and a senior. No redshirts there. Defensive tackle, this is why we need to fill that spot. We have 2 seniors there, So we're not going to redshirt anybody on the defensive tackle. Left outside linebacker Richardson, one of my other favorite picks that we got from the freshman class last year. We're going to go ahead and redshirt him. Skylar Miles, our middle linebacker, sophomore. He's going to be one of our best players, if not this year, for sure next year and the year after. So we're really, really excited for a sophomore middle linebacker. I would love to grab another freshman linebacker and kind of run that 2 middle linebacker sets. However, we're going to have to see how it all pans out. I'm really liking that 5-star I saw earlier. Tucker, we're going to go ahead and redshirt him at corner. We got a bunch of seniors for our corners. That's why we need one next year. Free safety, we got 2 freshmen. Get a redshirt Strickland because I think he's probably not necessarily going to be the starter next year, but after Sindish leaves and after, McDonald after they leave, he will be our starter. Same thing with strong safety. We have a freshman there, so we're going to go ahead and redshirt him as well. Rogers, kicker, you got a freshman, you can't redshirt. Punter, again, we're going to have to figure out the punting situation. I didn't even look to see if we have any punters interested, but we'll check that out in a little bit when we go back to the recruiting board. Basically, the reason I am wanting to do the recruiting board last, and we're going through depth chart here. We're going to keep Mills at number 2, Miller at number 3, and Spencer at 4 for the running backs. Basically because we're going to be running that option with Mills. Wide receiver, Pearson, obviously going to be our number 1 to go to, but he is so good in the slot. So we're going to move him to the 3 position, which is the slot position. We're going to switch it with Terzilli. Thought about switching it with Chase, and we might make a few changes later based on how this is working. But for right now, we want Pearson as our 3, Chase as our 4, and so on down. So as I was talking about earlier, the recruiting, I'm waiting to do that because I want to see what our team is shaking out after redshirts, how our team is kind of shaking out after doing the depth chart and all that. I want to see, after all of that, what we for sure need. So I wanted to go through here and see, where are our seniors at, where are our juniors at, where when these guys come in as freshmen at red shirts, they're going to take over starting roles. So kind of just going through that stuff. Continuing with the depth chart. Left end, we're going to make a little change here. We're actually going to put, it doesn't really matter, right end and left end, they both can play the same position, so it doesn't really matter switching these around. But I'm wanting to kind of get the sophomore some playing time. That's why I had him at left end. Defensive tackles, doesn't really make a difference. They're both seniors. I'm going to put the quicker one at the number, not the number 1, so he can get off the line faster. Going over the linebackers, it looks like a corner is in here, and finding out why is because I think his speed at 83, I think is what's doing it. A speed at 83 is not good enough to be a corner. You need almost 88s and above at corner. As you can see here in our corners, like he's well below every one of the other corners that we have. And I'm actually going to switch him out for a lower because, yeah, I mean, he's going to get beat on routes easy at 83 speed. Even the safeties here have 87 speed. So that's why it's kind of, he's in a weird spot. We kind of put him in as filler for safeties and filler for linebackers just because, I mean, he can still be used, but he's not going to be used as a corner with 83 speed. Our kicker is a 63 overall, so he's not great as a freshman, but better than nothing. Kick returner, Mills is supposed to be your kick returner, but I think I'm actually going to put Pearson there because Pearson was such a great kick returner last year. It's going to be hard to allow somebody else to kind of take that role over, so I don't want to get him hurt, which is kind of why I'm thinking back and forth. Should we have him as a kick returner? Should we have him, or should we just keep him as a wide receiver? He is our best wide receiver. But what I do here is put him at kick return, and punt return we'll put Mills back there to field the punts. So that's how we're going to do the depth chart things might change, but that's how it is right now. Going over to the recruiting side, picking up a quarterback that is interested, halfback Burton interested. I like the power from Burton, but I do want to kind of keep speed. I want a speedy rusher because we are going to be running that option. So like Markart right here, we're going to add him. He's going to be a good piece at 4.42. That's a quick 40. So we're going to add him. Same thing with Valentine. He runs a 4.3, 8.40, so we're going to keep him as well. Going over to our wide receivers. Honestly, it's going to be hard to do wide receivers because I feel like our wide receivers are in a good spot. Right now, we do have a few people like Jason Gay. Going to add him because he is a 5-star recruit, but it's going to be hard to get him. He is 5th on our list, and the teams that we're going up against are more prestigious as a football than KU right now, so it's going to be hard to grab them. Going through the tackles, the guards, Johnson, we're going to try to get him. He would be a huge get at a 4-star, first on his board, so we want to make sure we can lock him up. He would be great to have on the offensive line. Also going to add Adam Jackson. He's 4th interested in us, but he's also a 4-star. Brad Parks here, it's going to depend. He is a 61, but it's going to depend after we kind of recruit him more and look more into it if he's actually that bad or if his overall goes up. Same thing with our guards here. We got a few 3-stars that are first interested in us, so we're going to go ahead and add them. Harrell is probably going to be the best one out of that group, but we'll wait and see. Same thing with the centers. 71 overall, Morgan. I think that probably is going to be going down as a 3-star, but he's first on our list, so we're going to go ahead and add him. Over to the defensive ends. I don't know. We got a few firsts here. The 3-star is probably the only one worth it, so we're going to add Barr. We're going to add Williams here because he's worth it as well, and he's second interested. Get over to the defensive tackle. Glad to see a whole bunch of defensive tackles that were number 1 on their list and number 2 on their list. So we're going to go ahead and add a bunch here. Going over to the linebackers, we really want to make sure our linebackers are strong. So we're going to add this guy, Logan Young. Make sure he's 4th on our list. So I don't think we're going to get him, but we're going to try anyways. Same thing with Cameron Oliver. I'm going to pour anything and everything I possibly can into that guy because he is the best linebacker, and he might want to come to KU. So we're going to try our best to grab him. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Same thing with the other right outside linebacker. Going to add a few there. We need a couple of corners coming in. I'm actually surprised that there's not many corners to choose from. So we're going to add a couple. We're going to add our punter here from Salina, Kansas. So probably going to get him. I know we're not number 1 on his list, but he is from Kansas. So hopefully we can grab him in the end. He seems like a great punter. Going to be good coming in as a freshman. Going over a few of the athletes here. Trying to find one that we could plug into possibly a role as a corner, as a linebacker, that type of role. So kind of going over the stuff like tackle, pass coverage, stuff like that. Kind of going over those roles, seeing what they're good at and seeing if they would be. So like right here, C tackle, A acceleration, man coverage D, pursuit is B. So this kind of tells me he would be a decent linebacker. We'd have to work on his man coverage and play recognition, but the pursuit of B, the press, he would seem either like a safety or a linebacker. 6 foot, 185. I'm gonna have to probably go safety there, but we're gonna add them as well. We're also gonna go through and scout a few players here. We're gonna find out how our halfbacks are doing. It looks like Marquette. I don't even know how to say his name, but he's gonna probably be our number 1 halfback that we're gonna go after. He raised 1 overall. Same thing with the wide receivers here. Gay actually goes up to an 80 overall, so it'd be great to get him. However, we're not first on his list. Going over to our tackles, Adam Jackson going up 1 overall. Harold Johnson going down 1 overall. Brad Parks actually going up to a 66. That's huge for us. Same thing with the guards. Harrell goes down 1. Pittman goes down 2. Oh, the guards. Oh, Bryant Jackson actually makes the list of 72. So probably try to get him for sure. Let's see how our center's doing. He's going to drop 5. He's going to be a bust. Ouch. Barr going down. Williams going up 4. So actually I have a bunch of people dropping level, but then on the flip side, a bunch of people going up level. Harrison went down 1. Lawrence went up 1, so that's helpful. Ray went up 2. Crooks up 2, so he's actually a 76 overall, so we're going to try to grab him as well. And that's going to do it for our scouting, kind of going over the players we added and where we are on their list. You can see that right here. So we're going to go ahead and pick an extra pipeline state. We did pick Florida because a bunch of our guys that we're recruiting are from Florida, especially the middle linebacker that we're trying to get. He's from Florida. So I wanted that extra kind of bonus points each week by having them as part of our pipeline. So that's why we added Florida as a pipeline. Going through the schedule here, we played Texas early. We play Oklahoma. Kind of middle pack at Oklahoma. It is home versus Texas, so that might be a good game to get a few of the young recruits to first. We want to put some decent teams in here, but not great. What I actually want to do is, we had Duke earlier. I want to play Missouri for the rivalry, because recruits like that. We'll do FCS the first week. Second week, Missouri. Third week, Duke. Actually, I think what we're going to do is move Duke because we don't have any home games. Week 7, Week 8, Week 9, Week 10, and Week 11 are no home games. So let's add Duke Week 6. That'll be our kind of later first home or last home game. That way we can get recruits to go to that game as well. So we're going to go ahead and start the season. I hope you guys like this video. I hope that, you know, it kind of let you know what I'm doing this year. Last year's episodes, I didn't quite go over that in depth, and it might have been confusing. Hope you guys are loving the episodes. Coming back with a season 2. Hope you guys are excited for that. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also, feel free to hit that red subscribe button so that you do not miss out on any of the Season 2 action. Till next time, Slacker out.